So For Sale is a film that I threw on not expecting anything from. I saw the cover of the film, so I kind of got a gist from the cover at what this was about, and I was correct. It's pretty obvious and self-evident. But yeah, it's about a salesman, like a shady salesman, who is tasked with selling a haunted house. So yeah, we follow this guy. He is not on the level with his salesmaning, and gets fired, loses his girl, loses everything, and he then needs to just take anything to survive. And this guy's like, if you can sell this house, you can have 35%. I'll make you a freaking partner. Like, good luck. And because he's got nothing else and he thinks, I can sell anything, bro. I'm like the salesman. He goes into this house and, of course, he finds out it's haunted. So, yeah, as I said, I went into this expecting nothing. The IMDb score on this is pretty low. It's in, like, the low 4s. So I threw this on expecting it to be trash. And it being almost 2 hours long, I was like, oh, this is going to overstay its welcome, even if it's decent. You know, because of a film like this, I just don't feel like this is the kind of film that would justify a runtime like that. Yeah, fuck all that. I was a huge fan of this. I was really into this one the entire film. I loved it. This is definitely going to be one of those films this year where people are probably going to be like, really? Like, I watched this, I thought it was okay, right? I have one of these films at least 2 or 3 times a year where people are pretty lukewarm on them. But I'm like, man, I just really vibed with this one. And I think we all have those movies every year, right? Where something with the movie just clicks for you. And for that reason, you just vibe with it and you really enjoy your time with it. And that was this movie for me. You know, I really liked our main guy. He was likable and unlikable. It kind of reminded me, and I'm not going to compare this in any way, shape, or form, the characters. I'm only using this as a reference point because this is what comes to mind, is like an Ash Williams, someone who is very morally questionable, to say the least, but, you always kind of root for and you hope he's going to do the right thing while always saying, I don't know if he's going to, though. And I like that. I like that about this guy. I like that, he's not squeaky clean. But I also like that he's not just a complete asshole, right? He is somewhat relatable, even though he is a worse person than I am. I really liked him. I really liked his performance. He actually looked a lot like Rob Morrow from Northern Exposure, and for a second when I saw the cover, I thought it was him, and then when I saw the name, I was like, oh, it's not. And I think Rob is too older than this now, and probably this would be beneath him because I think he still does bigger shows. I know he did that Numbers show, and I think he has a new one. But I just really liked this guy. And then as far as like all the haunted house stuff goes, like the ghosts that are inside, you got the main ghost. I really liked the look of that, even though it kind of looks like a cheap mask, sort of. But I really liked it. I actually found the way that they used it and the way that it shot was like creepy yet funny, because this is a horror comedy, but this is like a really well balanced horror comedy. I actually thought the horror was fairly unsettling and freaky at times, but always had a hint of humor to it, right? And I like, and that's how this whole film felt to me, was that there was always like comedy, but it was never overboard. It never took down the tone of the film for me. And then there was other ghosts, and the way that they moved and the way that they talked and stuff, I actually found it really eerie, but it still had like a tinge of humor to it. So, man, I just really dug the shit out of this one. I was not expecting that at all. This is why I watched it without Kaylee. I threw this on last night really late, and I expected to watch like 5-10 minutes of it and be like, yeah, this is not for me. and I just connected with it like instantly. Honestly, I really dug the guy and like really quick. I was like, okay, this guy's entertaining. I could definitely watch a movie with this guy for the next hour and 50 minutes. And yeah, I mean, he carries this whole film. It's 90% him. He's and just like watching him do mental gymnastics to kind of try to justify selling the house or trying to show the house to potential buyers and hide the fact that the house is haunted. All of that stuff was really freaking funny and charming and witty to me. And this is low budget. This is really low budget. But man, I just never felt like that held this film back in any way, shape, or form. I feel like they utilized whatever budget they had really fucking well. And I'm super impressed by this one. You know, as I said, I'm hyping this movie up, and I have a feeling a lot of people are going to come back and be like, yeah, it was all right. But I'm going to be the odd man out here, maybe. Hopefully not. I hope everyone watches this and like, hell yeah, this was a gem of the year, you know, a hidden gem of the year. But this is my hidden gem of the year for sure. I was shocked by how much I was into this one. This is a big win for me. I've seen 70 fucking like 7. I think it's like it's either 73 or 78. I can't remember which one it is. 2024 horror films this year. So I've seen quite a bunch at this point, and this one would be in my top 10. And I've really enjoyed a lot of movies this year. So that top 10 is actually pretty stacked right now, and this would be in there because I had a great time. Had a great time. I can't say it enough. So yeah, I would give it a chance. See if you vibe with him. There's some really funny, humorous points in here. I laughed a good amount, and as I said, I really, really enjoyed the horror as well. So big win. I love when I come across stuff like this. When you throw on these random ass movies that have a low score on IMDb and you give them a shot and they click with you and you really end up enjoying them. And that, honestly, I'm not going to deny that there is a bit of that going on with these types of movies where the expectations are so low that when they start to be overcome very easily, it then amplifies the experience because you just kind of go in thinking like, okay, like I'm gonna hate this, and then it's like, I'm not hating this. Oh my god, I think maybe I'm loving this. So it might it might magnify it a little, but I always try to keep my opinions and my experiences level and grounded. I do, and I think that no matter what, even if people hyped this one up to me, I think I'd feel pretty similarly. So expectations can alter your experience. There's no doubt. But with this one, I just dug it. So if you don't, I apologize if I wasted your time. But this is, once again, it's a vibe kind of movie. You're either going to be liking this guy and wanting to follow him through this journey. So watch it for 10 minutes. And if you're not finding him funny or charismatic and you don't want to watch another hour and 40 minutes of him, then you can probably shut it off. I would at least maybe get to the haunted house stuff and see the ghost and then take it and then be like, okay, I don't like the look of that. I'm done. I'm out. That's fine, because at that point, yeah, I'd say no. But I don't know, man. I really dug this one. So all right. I would add it to the collection, actually. I would actually buy this movie. So if anybody who worked on this film, especially the main actor or the director, wants to come on for an interview, hit me in the comments below. I would love to have, especially the lead actor of this, I'd love to have a chat with him. I thought he was great. All right.